movie buffer for another movie review, and I'll be reviewing Shake, Rattle, and Roll Part 5. Yes, I'm getting close, hopefully. In Part 5, I wouldn't say it's bad or good. I would say it's okay in that level. I enjoy, of course, they always save the best for last, which is, of course, the third story would be my favorite. I admit, this is in Philippine language only, but I did my research on the translation of the fifth part of the DVD. But I understand by going through it, plus I also have to check the description anyway, just to make sure, to figure out some scenes out. Let's go. The first story was like about two couples on vacation, and it was like a monster in love with the woman, but her man got sick, so it's like the monster was trying to get with the girl. You know what I'm saying? And I want to, like I said, any anthology horror movie, I don't want to ruin it. So the monster's trying to get with the girl, and of course, and the girl was trying to reconsider his offer. If she's gonna stay with the monster forever, so she can save her man. The second story is a typical a ghost hunted story, which you have a ghost, but you always have a monster in it also. So it's kind of like a haunted episode. And of course, the third story, of course, they always save the best for last. It's like a comedy horror, and it's kind of like the third story is very cute. It goes with the brother and sister team, like arguing and bickering. The way they're arguing is funny and very comical and very adorable. If you see the fifth episode, you know what I'm talking about. And then we're getting kidnapped. They will take it to a haunted hotel. Well, not haunted, but inhabited by a vampire who lives in that hotel. So now you got the brother and sister team gotta worry about the kidnapper and worry about the vampire. But I'm gonna give you a little spoiler. The kidnappers, they didn't make it out alive. So now they don't have to worry about the vampire. The vampire is like old school vampire teeth special effects. But it was, like I said, it was very entertaining, the third story. The first two stories were okay. It wasn't like the best in the anthology horror so far, what I've seen from Chicken Rattle so far. But Part 5, I would consider it okay, not the greatest, and not bad at all at the same time. It was okay in that level. From a scale to 1 to 10, I'll give it at least a 7. You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand Filipino, and the DVD was not subtitled, but you know what? It was entertaining anyway. And of course, my favorite story was the third story, the vampire story. And to me, what I've seen so far from the Shake, Rattle, and Roll series, in Part 5, you know how these anthology horror movies have a host? But Part 5, they did have a host in it, which happened to be a fortune teller, telling the fortunes to 3 of the guests for 3 of the different stories. So it was pretty cool to see a host in Shake, Rattle, and Roll Part 5. So as for 1, 2, 6, and 4, I don't know about. But Part 4, I'll be reviewing it this weekend. So that means it had to be number 1, 2, and 6. So there's 3 more parts left for me to review. And Part 4, I'll be reviewing that on Saturday or Sunday, so stay with me for Part 4. But Shake, Rattle, and Roll, all in all, it was, like I say, it's okay. And the stories were pretty enjoyable, even though I had to do my research to understand it more. Peace, see you later.